Not going to make it grandiose. Okay. So hope you might know my name. What's my name? Ah, yeah, we've got three online kids as well. Good morning, guys. Welcome to this session. Okay, right. So what's my name? Yeah, so I'm Nifran Nawaz. In case if you find my names to be hardly pronounced, call me Nif. It's easy. People normally call me Nif. Okay, but I was officially named as Nifran Nawaz back in 1995. I'm 29 years old now. Okay, right. So I got my A levels done back in 2014. I got my A levels done back in 2014. And as soon as I completed my A levels, I started off SEMA. Does that sound familiar to you? SEMA, Chartered Institute of Management Accountancy. I'm a SEMA qualified professional along with a degree. So let me list down my qualifications for you. I have completed a BA honors in International Business and Finance, UK. And I also have completed FIA along with it. I'm a SEMA Carta holder. Okay, right. And while working on my academics, I was able to serve a number of corporate sectors, as in I was able to work for a number of companies. Okay, companies like KPMG, WNS, CIS International, Aiken Spence, and Bowers. These are the 5 companies that I was able to serve throughout my life. Okay, and then at the age of 26, I decided to stop working for companies. I wasn't made for it. I'll be honest, I didn't like working for companies. For some reason, I don't know. I don't know why, but I really didn't like that 8 to 5. 8 to 5, right? You take your, bag and get dressed up, put on a tie, wait for the bus, okay? And then get in the bus, go to the work, and then start, working in front of a computer. I don't know, I didn't like that job. From day one, I had that, I don't know, some issues. Then I decided to start teaching. So this is my 5th year uh, teaching. Yes. Okay. So, brother, could you please close the door? Yeah, thank you. So this is my 5th year teaching for A levels. Also, right, this is my 5th year teaching A levels, and this is my second batch in Candy. 2026 is my first batch, and this is basically my second batch in Candy. I'm basically based in Mavanalla. In Mavanalla, it's my 6th batch, and this is basically my 5th batch here in Candy. Okay, so that's basically a small intro of myself. Okay, other than that, to be like, be honest with you, I'm quite passionate of playing football. It's something that I really like, and then I'm quite fond of cars. I love cars. Uh, I love collecting cars, so I buy and sell cars as well as a part-time businessman. And then I am basically the director of Fairway PVT Limited. This is a business that I found back in 2019. So we import electronics, specifically from China, and then Dubai and India. Okay, so these are the 3 countries from which we are getting down electronics, and we are selling it here in Colombo, mainly in Colombo, right? So that's my profile. A teacher with 5 years of experience and the director of Fairway Private Limited with these qualifications. Yeah, that's all about it. I'm maybe quite passionate of playing football. Okay, right. That's an introduction of myself and what I want from your end. What I want from your end. You don't necessarily need to give me an intro like this. Your name, I already asked you, by the way. And why did you choose commerce? And where would you like to see yourself in another 10 years' time? Yes, I'll go with Lena. What made you choose commerce? And where would you like to see yourself in another 10 years' time? Hmm? In an IT job. In an IT job. Yeah, කවුද මේ online people, I want you guys to answer too, yeah? Your name, and then why did you choose commerce? And where would you like to see yourself in another 10 years' time? What's your future ambition? Simply. Yeah. Dinali. You don't like, you're not good in science and maths, so you chose commerce. Perfect. Pratikshan? Science, maths, custom, so you chose this. Brother, what's your name? What's your name? Fayaz. Where are you from? Kadagascar. So you also in the same wavelength. Science, maths, hard, so you chose commerce. Do I know you? You came from my final seminar. Oh, okay, okay, yeah. Right. Kadagascar. Right from Kadagascar. So you also chose because maths and science hard. Okay. By the way, online people, yeah, you can use the chat box to give me an answer. You've got Nada, Amina, and who else? Devindi, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. The questions are as follows. Your name, where are you from, and where would you like to see yourself in another 10 years' time? Basic questions, by the way. So I'll give you guys enough time to use the chat box. Okay, we've got one answer. Okay, it's Metisa or Metasa, Devindi. I live in Kandy. Okay, yeah. Where would you like to see yourself in another 10 years' time? Does the name sound familiar to you? No. Right. I've got one answer for now. Superb. Uh, Guys, let me ask this from you. Would you like to directly take a dive into the subject, or would you like to know about commerce, what we can do, and what are the future prospects that are available in this field, and what are the courses that we can do? Do you wanna have an idea about the industry of commerce, or would you like to directly take a deep dive into the subject? Let me go for a voting. What do you want me to do? Have an idea about commerce. To better have an idea about commerce. To have an idea about commerce. To have an idea. To have an idea. Online people, can I get a quick voting on it? Would you like to get started with the subject, or do you want to know more about commerce?
I want to know more about commerce.
Like to have an idea of commerce. Okay, Nada, let's do that. What about others? What about Devindi? Idea about commerce. Superb, Amina. Let me help you out there. Right. Perfect. So now, listen. I know all of you would like to know what this industry is all about. Okay. You need to know where you are heading to. When you know your final destination, you will be even more eager to achieve it. If you have no idea where you are going, imagine you are going somewhere, you are in a journey, but you have absolutely no clue where you are going to. You have absolutely no clue where you are going to, right? You have no motivation. So chances are high you would not reach the destination. But imagine, let's say you're going to one of your relatives' place. And there you've got your cousin brothers, you've got your cousin sisters, you've got your auntie, like she's so fond of you, right? So you know you're going to one of your auntie's place, like who's much more beloved to you. So on your journey, you'd be like very much interested, you'd be like so excited. You would love the journey. Even if your auntie is living in Jaffna, you wouldn't mind going there because you know the destination is full of joyful. The destination is going to be like treating you better, right? You're going to be like happy going there. So you would love the journey, even if the journey is hard, even if the journey is difficult, you would still love to take that journey because definitely the journey going to end up in a happy moment. Isn't that true? Likewise, you should know why you're choosing commerce. You should know what's the ultimate destination that you can achieve if you do commerce. That will give you or pump in some type of a motivation which can sort of help you to maneuver yourself throughout this 2 years' time. Am I making sense to you? Okay, so I'll ask you this question. What's the maximum you can achieve if you get into the field of commerce? What's the maximum you can achieve if you get into this field of commerce? What do you think? What's the maximum you could achieve? Give it a guess. Let's keep it interactive so it's fun. To make it fun. Yeah? Online people you can answer to. I've been keep watching your chat box. What's the maximum you can, yeah, in terms of your career, what's the maximum you could achieve? What's the maximum you can do if you do commerce? The destination, final destination. That's what I'm asking. Okay, if you do bio, what's the pinnacle of success you could attain? In bio? Yeah. In bio, of course, you can become a doctor, right? If you do max, you can become a engineer. Isn't that true? Likewise, if you do commerce, what you can become? Okay, we've got surgeon, we've got engineer, right? Okay, accountant. Right, perfect. Entrepreneur, yeah? Okay, I'll keep entrepreneurship aside. Let me keep entrepreneurship aside because entrepreneurship is something it's a very complicated topic. I don't want to get into that, okay? And you don't necessarily need to do commerce if you would like to become an entrepreneur. You don't necessarily need to do commerce. You can even, you can be a school dropout and still become an entrepreneur, right? The thing is, if you do commerce, I think who made the correct point? It's basically Salma, right? Salma made the correct point. If you do commerce, the maximum you could achieve is to become a CEO. Is to become a CEO. Does that sound familiar to you? CEO. CEO stands for? What does CEO stands for? Not the owner of the company. CEO means Chief Executive Officer. Chief Executive Officer. Chief Executive Officer is basically the leader of a company. Whatever the company you take, who's going to give the leadership to that company? The leadership is given by CEO. So if you do commerce, this is where you can reach up to. This is where you can reach up to. So let me give you a few examples as far as CEOs are concerned. As far as CEOs are concerned, okay? I would like to talk about Tim Cook. You know Apple, right? You know Apple. Most of us are like quite fond of Apple. We are like more inclined towards buying an Apple device, maybe one day in our life, okay? And there are Samsung fans too. There are Samsung fans too. I respect them too. But I'm an Apple fan personally, right? So if you take Apple, who's the CEO of Apple? Tell me. Who is the CEO of Apple? Right now, who's the CEO of Apple? No idea. Steve Jobs passed away. See, you don't know. Steve Jobs gone. He passed away. Kick the bucket. Not anymore. Steve Jobs gone. Yeah, there you go. Very good online people. Well done. It's Tim Cook. Okay. Tim Cook is basically the CEO of Apple, right? If you take Google, who's the CEO of Google? The Indian guy. What's his name? Sundar Pichai. Perfect. The Indian guy, by the way. Okay. Sundar Pichai. Right? And if you take Carnage, let's take a Sri Lankan company. Who's the CEO of Carnage? Like, let me write it for you. No way you'd get this. It's Joel Tilakaratne. Who's it? Joel Tilakaratne. Okay. So the point is this. If you do commerce, you can literally become the leader of a company. And I would like to talk a bit about Sundar Pichai and Tim Cook, right, to make things clear to you. Whatever Sundar Pichai says, whatever he says, everyone in Google should follow it, whatever he says. If he says this, everyone should go this way. If he says that way, everyone should go that way. And Tim Cook is not of any exception. Tim Cook is literally doing the same. He literally leads the company. He directs the company. Am I making sense to you? Just to give you an example, you know, Apple has been working in manufacturing a car. Do you know that? Apple has been working in manufacturing a car. They are manufacturing a car now. So back in days, we used to know Apple as a tech company, right? Back in days, all this time, we sort of, acknowledge Apple as a what company? Technology company. Imagine one day, you see cars are going back and forth made by Apple. Or maybe you are coming to meet me 5 years down the line and you know that I'm a car freak. So I got my first car and I'm like, wow, is there a Toyota? No. Is there a Range Rover? No. Is there a Ferrari? No. Is there a Bugatti? No. No, what the heck is it? So it's Apple. I'm like, what? You know what? But they are literally working on this initiative. Who's working on it? Apple is working on it. Who might have taken that decision to work on an Apple car? It's Tim Cook. If Tim Cook says, okay, it's Apple car next, everyone is going to do that. And guess what? Google is also working on a Google car. Google is also working on a car. It's an electric car. Who might have decided to, produce an electric car? Again, it's Sundar Pichai. So trust me, whatever they say, everyone should follow it. Everyone should follow it. Okay? And give it a guess. What should be the salary of Sundar Pichai? Yeah, online people, don't Google it. Tell me what's the salary of Sundar Pichai. Give it a guess. Give it a rough guess, guys. What do you think? How much Sundar Pichai might be earning a month? Don't Google. Don't Google. 8 figures. 8 figures. Yeah. What do you think? 9 figures. Sorry? No idea. 10 figures. Oh, you guys are huge. Okay, right. If I'm not mistaken, he's earning somewhere around 68 crores a month. How much does he earn? 68 crores a month. Okay, oh, we got one answer, 150 million. 150 million kyanne, that's around that's about 15 crores, right? How much does he earn? 68 crores a month. Who's this? Sundar Pichai, being the CEO of Google. Imagine if you earn 68 crores a month. Imagine the things you can do. Imagine the things you can do if you earn 68 crores a month. Think about it. 68 crores is big money, isn't it? Okay, again, I'm not like pretty much sure of this figure. The figure might be higher than this or it could be lower than this, but as far as I could remember, it's around 68 crores a month. Okay, why do they pay 68 crores a month for Sundar Pichai? Why do they pay? So that he can run Google. Then imagine the amount of money Google makes. If Google pays 68 crores a month to the CEO of that company, imagine the amount of money Google might be making. Like mind-boggling, right? It's like out of our comprehension. Just to let you know. Okay, the company that I was serving before, the CEO of that company is basically Riaz. Okay, the chartered accountant. I was working back in 2017. Back in 2017, his salary was somewhere around 83 lakh, Sri Lanka. He's in Sri Lanka, and the company was not so huge. The company was a mediocre company. Back in 2017, how much was he making? 83 lakh per month. That's big money. Okay, so this must be your final destination. There is a better tire, there is a better destination, which is to become an entrepreneur. I'm not going to talk about that right now. Right now, I'm going to give you a picture, right? To give you the picture, this is what I can relate you to, right? So if you become a CEO, there is nothing you could achieve beyond that. There is nothing beyond that career ladder. That's basically the top part of the ladder. So you keep ascending through the ladder, and that's the top part. Beyond that, you have nothing to achieve. Am I making sense to you? Got my point? Right, superb. So if you do commerce, this is where you can end up, and this is what you should be, sort of dreaming to achieve in your life. Okay, right. To become a CEO, what course should you do? To become a CEO, what's the degree you should do? Why not? Sundar Pichai doesn't want Google. Yeah, there is a good question. I'll come down to that. For sure, I'll come down to that. So you're asking, sir, can we go to another company and become the CEO of it? Of course you can. Of course you can. You don't necessarily, like most of the PLC companies, the public limited companies, it's not owned by a family. It's owned by a large group of people. So they are not going to hand over the company to one of the director's son unless the son is super capable. If you take Sundar Pichai, do you really think Sundar Pichai is basically the son of Google's owner? No. He was a middle class person. He stemmed out of a middle class family. He was born and brought up in India. And somehow he got himself educated and he went to US and got his master's and PhD done. And then he started working for Google and he worked all his way up to the level of CEO. So you don't necessarily need to be the son or daughter of a director for you to become the next CEO. I'll talk about that, coming down to it later. But for the time being, I'm asking you, to become the CEO, what course do you need to do? So this is the maximum you can achieve. Understood? If you become a CEO, this is the maximum. If you do commerce, this is the maximum you can achieve. So tell me, to become a CEO, what course you can do? Online people can answer to. Doing a course in management, okay? IT, okay? What are the pathways you got to become a CEO? Management, IT, Nangi? Accounting, okay, superb. Degree, superb. Yes, bro. This is no idea. Online people, any degree you can do to become a CEO? Any degree you can do to become a CEO? No clue. Right. There is no degree you can do. Okay. There is absolutely no degree can make you a CEO. If there is any coursework designed to make someone a CEO, I would be the first person to go and do it. Trust me. I would be the first person to go and do it because there's no coursework designed for you to become a CEO. If you want to become a CEO, there are 5 pathways you can take. That's what I'm coming down to. Trust me, this type of a overview in the industry of commerce, you would not get anywhere else. Unless that your teacher has worked in several companies, he would get to know. But if he's a full-time teacher, no way he would teach you these things. Because he would only know the books, right? Whichever the company you take, each company has 5 departments. How many departments are there? 5 departments are there, and those 5 departments are the 5 pathways you got to become a CEO. For example, if you want to go to Colombo, there are several routes you can take. You can go through Kurnagala highway. Am I correct? You can go through the A1 way, and you have several other bypass routes to reach to Colombo. Am I correct? Am I making sense to you? To go to Nuarlia also, there are several routes. Likewise, to become a CEO also, there are 5 routes, right? Let me list them down. You can go in the field of what? Finance. If not, you can go in the field of marketing. Have you heard of it? Some of your brother might be doing marketing. Kiela, have you heard of it? Right. If not, you can go in the field of human resource. right? Preferably girls choose this field. HR. HR, have you heard of it? Mang HR karna, mang, like I'm doing this, kila, human resource. If not, you can go in the field of IT. Very well known, popular industry in commerce, IT. And you also have another industry called production, if not operation. Right, guys? So keep in mind, how many pathways you got? There are 5 pathways you got if you want to become a CEO. You should either take the pathway of finance, or you should go in the field of marketing, or you got to go in the field of HR, if not IT, if not operational. Am I making sense to you? Whichever the company you take, these 5 departments are inevitable. Whichever the company you take. Let it be any company, every company, despite what they do, despite the size of the company, each company has these functions to perform. Okay? So within these 2 years, online kids also, listen to me very carefully. Within these 2 years, you should evaluate yourself, evaluate your strength, evaluate your weakness, and identify which pathway is best suitable to you. Am I making sense? You should know what are your positives and what are your negatives, and based on that, you should choose which pathway you're going to take after completing your A levels. Do you know why? Let me tell you. Just because you love finance, you might not do well in finance if you are not capable. If you do not have the finance skills. Just because you love IT doesn't mean you can outperform everyone in the IT sector if you do not have the skills. Keep in mind, it's not just the qualification that pushes you forth. It's not just the qualifications that push you forth. It's what? It's basically the skills. I'll talk about the skills. Okay, today you'll be getting an overview in every damn thing. Am I making sense to you? So how many pathways you got, guys? 5 pathways, okay? So which pathway I might have chosen? What do you think? Which pathway Nifran sir is in? Nifran sir is in the field of finance. Am I making sense to you? Maybe another person might be in the field of what? IT. You've got your economics teacher, Azam. Azam is in the field of what? Human resource. Azam sir is in the field of human resource. Nifran sir is in the field of finance. You might see another person is in the field of marketing. Am I making sense to you? So keep in mind, some of us think commerce is all about becoming an accountant. Commerce is all about going in the field of IT. Commerce is all about going in the field of marketing. No, trust me, there are 5 fields you can embark upon. How many fields? 5 fields you can embark upon, right? So now you might ask me, sir, like, okay, makes a lot of sense, sir. Like, how do I choose? How do I know whether I'm good in finance? How do I know whether I'm good in marketing? How do I know whether I'm good in human resource? Can you tell me that which pathway would best suit you? Can you tell me, like, sir, like, trust me, I would go in the field of human resource, sir, because I love humans, sir. Can you say that? Bro, what? Oh, bro, like, I'll go in the field of finance. Finance is money. I love money. I'll go in that field. Right? Can you decide in that basis? Can you? No, right? How do you then decide which field would best suit you? That's my responsibility. That is my responsibility. Leave it to me. I'll tell you which field you are good at by the end of these 2 years. By the end of these 2 years, I promise you, because I'm not a teacher who would just teach for your exams. I would teach for your life. You ask from your seniors. Ask from your seniors. Just do not ask opinion from those who don't come to my class. Huh? You can't be asking. If you want to buy a Rolls Royce, you should go and get an opinion from a person who owns a Rolls Royce. Where are you going to? You are going to that Allah together uncle 3-wheel driver. Uncle, me? What a putty advice at Kone. How can I get a Rolls Royce? If you drive 3-wheeler for the next 10 years, you can. He can't. He don't deserve to give you an advice. That uncle is a three-wheel driver. How is he supposed to advise you on getting a Rolls Royce? Doesn't make any sense. Do I make sense to you? If you want to own a Rolls Royce, you got to go to that person who owns a Rolls Royce. Ask him how he got it. Do I make sense to you? Likewise, if you would like to know how Nifran sir teaches, don't listen to me. I would always say, I'm the best teacher in the world, Kiela. Isn't that true? Don't ask me, sir, me oya honda teach karna adu. Oh, yes. Isn't that true? So don't ask me. Don't, believe on those self-proclaimed prophets like I'm the best, I produce this, I produce that. Ask from those who goes to Nifran sir's class. You might have people, right? Ask from them, like, do you go to Nifran sir's class? How does he teach? Is he good? Am I making sense to you? Do I make sense to you? So what I'm telling to you is, it's my responsibility to teach you what is finance, to teach you what is marketing, to teach you what is human resource, to teach you what is IT, to teach you what is operation. Leave that to me, I'll take care of it. Okay, because I have served almost 7 companies in my life, and I have closely worked with all of these departments. And until today, I have been guiding my students, to just pave their pathway, into one of these fields so that they can do better in their life. That's what I do as a teacher. That's what I'm very passionate of. Yeah. Very good question. Trading comes under field of finance. Money. Trading comes under the field of finance. I'll talk about trading if you would like to. Okay. So are we good here? Online people, can I get a thumbs up? I don't know whether you are listening to me. I don't know whether you are getting it. Are you okay with these 5 departments? Understood? To become the CEO, you need to go through these 5 departments. Can I get a thumbs up or something, please? I don't even know whether you are listening to me. Yeah. Perfect. Superb, guys. Yeah. Online people, you can ask me anything, guys. Okay. You can ask me anything. Just use the chat box. Ask me anything, because this is the day I'm going to clarify you everything related to commerce, because from tomorrow onwards, I should get started with the subject. Okay. From tomorrow onwards, I should get started with the subject. So this is the last day. Okay. Perfect. Now, dropshipping comes under logistics operation. Dropshipping is logistics. It comes under operation. Okay. So now you might ask me, sir, what are the courses that you got in each and every field? Trust me, there are thousands of courses that you can do in each of these fields. In each of these fields. Thousands of courses, Pratiksha. Not just one, there are many. And is that a good thing or bad thing? It's good at the same time, it's bad. It's good at the same time, it's bad. I'm just asking you, if something is widely available, you don't know which one is the original one and which one is the fake one. When it comes to IT degrees, you can do an IT degree in eSoft. You can do an IT degree in ICBT. You can do an IT degree in SLIT. You can do an IT degree in IIT. IIT would offer you software engineering for 35 lakh. IIT would offer you software engineering degree for how many lakh? 35 lakh. Whereas eSoft would offer you the same degree for 10 lakh. Why? You got to ask yourself. Am I making sense to you? Same software engineering degree, guys. Same software engineering degree. IIT offers it for you for 35 lakh. 35 lakh, 3.5 million Vedam Karladama, you have to get that degree in IIT, Colombo. The same degree is offered by eSoft for how much? For how much? 10 lakh. So when there is so many qualifications available, you got to be careful, because there are originals, there are also imitations. There are originals, there are also imitations. Am I making sense to you? Am I making sense to you? So if you fall prey to an imitation, if you choose the wrong course if you choose the wrong university, you will regret, not immediately, 5 years down the line. Once you start applying for jobs, you will understand the degree that you have done is good for nothing. They literally scraped money out of you. You got to understand, education is a multi-billion-dollar making industry today. Education is all business. They would somehow try to convince you to get hooked up with a degree program so that they can make money. Are they going to find a job to you? No. Are they going to feed you in case if you are jobless? No. Once you get out of the university, done and dusted. So it's your responsibility to have a broad understanding about each and every field and then scrutinize which degree is good for you and choose it wisely so that you can do it correctly and come to a good position. Am I making sense to you? Right. So now there is few things I would like to talk about. I'm only going to talk about finance today. No way I can talk about all these departments. No time. Trust me, no time. I'll only be talking about what? Finance. Why? Because I'm in the field of finance. I can't talk about IT. How can I talk about IT? Am I specialized in IT? So can I make an opinion about IT? If I do so, I'm honestly betraying you. I'm trying to talk about something that I'm not good at. At the same time, if an IT teacher was to talk about finance, don't listen to that person too, because he's specialized in what? IT. Again, you are listening to Rolls-Royce advice from a three-wheel driver. Don't do that. So I deserve to talk about finance because I'm in the field of finance. So if you would like to know about marketing, where would you go to? Go to someone who has done marketing. If you would like to know about IT, go to someone who has done IT. If you would like to know about human resource, go to someone who's done human resource. Am I making sense to you? Right. So let me talk about finance. If you would like to excel in the field of finance, there are three things you should be focusing. The number one thing is your qualification. If you want to become an expert in finance, what's the first thing you should be focusing on? Qualification. Okay. The second thing, your experience. The second thing, your experience. Third thing is your personality. Right. If you want to excel in your life, there are three things you should be focusing on. What are those three things? Qualification, experience, and personality. Now, I want to break this myth. Godak school teachers make an ekyanne. You get 9A in your life, you will succeed. You get 3A in your life, you will get succeed. You get a degree, you will succeed. Now, what was your old teacher saying? Get 9A, you will succeed in your life. Now, who am I? Your A-level teacher. What would I say? What would I say? Get 3A, you will succeed. Once you get into the degree program, what would your degree lecturer say? Get this degree done, you will succeed. And once you get your degree done, you'll go to your master's program. So your professor would say, get your master's done, you'll succeed. Then you'll go to PhD. And again, your lecturer would say, you get this PhD done, you'll succeed, Kielas. It's a never-ending cycle. It's a never-ending cycle, I'll tell you. Do I make sense to you? Right? So keep in mind, qualification is one thing that you need if you want to excel in your life, but it's not all about it. Don't believe a 9A would make you the CEO. Don't believe 3As in your A-levels would make you a CEO. Don't think by getting a degree done, you will become the CEO. No, qualification is one requirement. If you want to excel in your career, you also should have what? Experience. On top of that, what you need to have? You need to have a great personality if you want to achieve things in your life. Okay? Now let's break it down. Let's break this qualification down into two. Generally, qualifications are divided into two types. Two types of qualifications are there, Putala. Okay? The first type of qualification is this. The first type of qualification, you call it as academic qualification. What do you call it? Academic qualification. Then you might see some of your Ayala, Akkala doing what course? Professional qualifications. Guys, this is all degree level knowledge I'm giving you now. You're getting the degree level knowledge in this age. Okay, but I'm glad I'm able to share this with you. And you should know, like, it's interesting, right? You sort of understand that this is all commerce. Wow, commerce is a good stream. Like, we can go in many, you get the idea, right? You get the destination. Perfect. Now, what is academic? What is professional? These are two different pathways you can take when it comes to your education, right? In academic, what's the maximum you can achieve? In your academics, what's maximum you can achieve? Hmm? Exactly. You can go up to what? PhD. Below PhD, what do you have? Put the ladder. Masters. Below masters, you have honors. Below honors, you have degrees. Below degrees, you have HND, High National Diploma. Below HND, what do you have? You have diploma. Below diploma, what do you have? You have foundation. Okay, have you ever heard of this term HND? I'm doing HND. It's High National Diploma. You get started with the foundation program and then you go for diploma. Diploma is a 6-month program. HND is a 1.5-year program. And then you go for degree, honors, master's, PhD. So this is basically a ladder. It's like level of completion, completing the levels. Foundation level is completed, you go for diploma level. Once you get the diploma done, you go for HND. HND is basically advanced diploma. You don't call it advanced diploma, you say high national diploma, HND. HND. Sorry? No. It's like levels, bro. If you, let's say, I'm just saying, yeah. Now, now give it a guess. My qualification goes like this, no? BA, honors, IBF, UK. Okay. What do you think? Where would you put me under? I'm here in honors. I'm basically in honors. Okay. So I have completed my honors in which degree? IBF, UK. International Business and Finance. International Business and Finance. Finance can accounting, business can business. That's why I'm teaching both the subjects. What is it? Business and accounting. Understood it? Right. So now your Nifran sir is here. Did he directly jump to honors? No. He started with foundation. He didn't start with foundation. That's a different story. If you do A levels, you don't need to complete foundation. Your A level is equal to what? Your A level is equal to foundation. I'll talk about foundations too because I know foundations is going to come your way. You're going to find most of your friends are doing foundation for sure. Definitely, they will. Right? So Nifran sir gets started with the foundation and he completes what? Diploma and then HND, then degree, and then honors. How long did it take for Nifran sir to come to honors program? It took 3 years. How many years? It took 3 years. So by 3 years, he's done with his what program? Honors program. So to complete the diploma, it took 6 months. To complete the HND, another 1.5 years. To complete the degree and honors, it took another 1 year. So by 3 years, he's done with this honors program. Now, if I'm to continue studying, what would I study? I would go for a master's. After completing the master's, I would go for a PhD. Master's, I can do it in here. I can do it in Sri Lanka. If not, I can go to UK. I can do it there. I can go to Australia. I can go anywhere and do the master's. Am I making sense to you, boys? Right. Now there is a myth. දැන් ගොඩක් කට්ටිය හිතාගෙන ඉන්නේ HND කියන්නේ it's a course කියලා. මොනවද කරන්නේ? HND. HND. HND is that a course or a level? Guys, listen to me. You can do a degree program in, finish it, finance. You can do a degree in marketing. You can do a degree in human resource. You can do a degree in IT. You can do a degree in operational side. This ladder is not only applicable for finance. This ladder is applicable for each and every department. Now, where do you think Azam sir is following his honors program? Azam sir, the economics sir, he is following his honors in which field? In human resource. What would you think your IT sir? I don't know which IT sir that you are taking up classes from. Whoever he is, yeah, whoever your IT sir is, which degree program he might have completed? He might have completed a honors program in which field? In the field of what? In the field of IT. Am I making sense to you? So you can choose to go in the field of academic. You can also choose to go in the field of what? Professional. Just to let you know, in academic, as far as I know, in academic itself, under academic qualifications, Pratikshan, there is more than 2,000 qualifications. More than 2,000 qualifications available worldwide. How many qualifications? 2,000 qualifications available worldwide. To name few, I can say applied accounting. You can do an academic qualification in which accounting? Applied accounting. You can go like the way I did, international business and finance. You can go in that field. You can go in the field of management accounting. You can go in the field of business analyst. You can go in the field of finance process management, FPM. You can go in the field of, let's say, BPM, business process management. There are thousands of courses out there in the field of what? Academic. In which field? In finance. Then think about marketing. Then think about human resource. Think about IT. There's a lot of homeworks you should do. You can't be choosing just because your uncle told you to do IT. You can't be choosing finance just because Nifran sir told you to do it. You have to do your own research. You should know what are the fields and what are the future prospects you got. Got my point? Online kids, are we okay? So far, are you okay with the academic qualifications part? Can I get a thumbs up, please? Awesome, awesome, superb. Let me, yeah, the chat box is always open to you. You can just use it the way you want and ask whatever the questions you would like to ask me. Are we good here, boys? Any doubts so far? So good. Right. Now, when it comes to professional qualifications, guys, professional qualifications, in professional qualifications, you have levels. You have levels, okay? You get started with the operational level. You get started with the operational level, and you complete the skills level, and you move to the last level. What is it? Strategic level. So in professional qualifications, you have levels. What are the levels you got? Operational, skills, and strategic. In academic, you have several ladder type of levels like diploma, HND, degrees, honors, and masters, and etc. etc. Okay. Now to name few professional qualifications you got. Okay, to name few professional qualifications you got, right? Have you ever heard of the term CIMA? Okay. What do you think? CIMA, is it academic or professional? Right. CIMA is a professional course. ACCA is a professional course. Sri Lankan Chartered is a professional course. CPA is a professional course. CFA is a professional course. AAT is a professional course. CMA is a professional course. All these courses fall under which category? Professional qualifications. Understood my point? So, yeah. Very good question. That's what I was coming down to. Thanks a lot for asking, Lina. So the thing is this. You have academic qualifications, you have professional qualifications. Now you might be willing to ask me, so like what's the difference between academic and professional? Why should I choose academic over professional, or why should I choose professional over academic? Let me tell you. You choose academic, professional, it has subtle differences. It has subtle differences. To be brutally honest with you, academic qualifications are offered by a university. Academic qualifications are offered by a university. Professional qualifications are offered by a global body. A global body. Okay? That's the difference that academic and professional qualifications have. There are several other differences as well, but you don't necessarily need to get into that level for now. You don't necessarily need to get into that level. Okay? So, academic qualifications are offered by whom? Universities. Professional qualifications are offered by a body. Just to let you know, now this CIMA, this is not a university. This is a body. Chartered Institute of Management Accountancy located in UK. ACCA, Association of Chartered Certified Accountants, is a body in UK. Chartered Accountancy is a body in Sri Lanka. CPA, Chartered Public Accountancy, is a body in Australia. So these are bodies. Bodies kyanne organizations wage. So when bodies are offering a qualification, what is it? It's professional. When a university offers it, what do you call it? You call it academic. Got my point, right? You don't necessarily need to get into the differences for now. Just get an idea that there are academic qualifications as well as professional qualifications. Now you might ask me, sir, which pathway is good? Should I go in the field of academic or should I take the field of what? Professional. I'll be dead honest with you. You have to decide it according to what you choose. For example, if you take IT, in IT, academic is more valued than professional. In IT field, if you go in the field of IT, you shouldn't do any professional courses there. What you should try to do? You should try to get into a academic qualification in the field of what? IT. When it comes to finance, both academic and professional are fine. In finance, both academic and professional are good. You can either choose academic, if not, you can choose professional. But in marketing, professional has more weight over what? Academic. So I can't exactly say which is good over the other. I can't say that. It depends on the field that you are choosing. So if you are choosing IT, don't think of starting off a professional qualification. You should get started with what? Academic. Got it. But if you are to contrarily choose marketing, you are going to do something like CIM, SLIM, Apidem, digital marketing. You are going to do some professional qualifications. You are not going to get into the academics. Got it. Digital marketing comes under marketing. It falls under professional qualification. It falls under professional qualification. Got my point? Sure. Anything to ask so far? I'm going to only talk about, as I told you, finance only, but if you have other questions, you can ask me too. Anything related to other industries, you can ask me. Yeah. Yeah. I know this question would come. Sir, can we do both? You can do both. Now, I'm having both. I'm having BA Honors in IBF UK. What is it? It's an honors program. And on top of that, I have FIA. What is FIA? FIA is a professional qualification. If you have both, it's perfect. If you have both, like, you are perfect because you have dual arms. Your arms are very strong. You have a strengthened academic arm. You're also having a very strengthened professional arm as well, which is like super good in my perspective, right? Online people, any doubts, guys? I keep, coming back to you because I have no idea whether you're lost in the middle. You got doubts, you can ask me. Okay, wait. One person is asking Nada. Okay, 2 questions. Sir, what is the difference between CIMA and ACCA? Okay, Nada, I'll explain that to you. Amina, which university is best for human resource? Okay, good. So one question they're asking, CIMA, ACCA, chartered. I'll put these 3 because these are widely spoken courses, right? CIMA, ACCA, chartered. CIMA is a UK qualification. ACCA is also a UK-based qualification. Chartered is a Sri Lankan-based qualification. In that case, which qualifications have more recognition? CIMA, ACCA has more recognition over Chartered. Doesn't mean Chartered is a bad course. Huh? Don't think Chartered is a bad course. Chartered is superb. But when it comes to recognition, CIMA and ACCA has more recognition over Chartered. Okay? CIMA is focusing on management accountancy. Management accountancy, Kiela, there is a, if you take science, you have chemistry, physics, and biology. If you take science, you have chemistry, physics, and biology, right? Nada, I think this is your question. Okay? So, likewise, in accountancy, you have management accountancy, and you also have another accountancy called finance. There are 2 types of accountants. There are chemistry, physics, bio again. In accountancy, you have what? Management accountancy and finance accountancy. So CIMA focuses on what? Management accountancy. Chartered focuses on finance accountancy. ACCA focuses on both. ACCA focuses on both. ACCA focuses on management accountancy. ACCA also focuses on what? Finance accountancy. ACCA focuses on management accountancy. ACCA also focuses on what? Finance accountancy. You got my point? Got it? So CIMA is only focusing on management. Chartered is only focusing on finance. ACCA focuses on both. So in that case, which is better? ACCA is better. ACCA is better. So I think, Nada, I answered your question. And which university is best for human resource? Amina, I'll come down to universities. I'll come down to universities because next path is all about university. Next phase is all about university. Are we good here? Right. Now, perfect. So let me tell you a few courses that you can do in each and every departments. Under marketing, some popular courses are CIM, Chartered Institute of Marketing, you can do. You also can do SLIM, Sri Lanka Institute of Marketing. You can do DM, Digital Marketing, and you can do Branding Management, which is also another marketing you can do. You also can do Marketing Management. You can also do a basic course. May dawaswala if you are free. If you are free these days, let's say you are free. Mara A level vitrai karanne, you have nothing to do kiyala. Okay, and if you are quite interested in marketing, do PCM. It's a 3-month course. The 3-month course you can do, it's fun. And you get a certificate as well. And you learn the basics of marketing. Koma the advertising, karanne, koma the metika, how to customer satisfy, how to satisfy the customer, how to do a market research and stuff. It's quite interesting. Okay, so you can do these courses in marketing. I'll tell you what is marketing. It's a different story. Okay. And yeah, definitely. I'll come down to that. That's a good question. There are many universities out there. How do we select the best out of it? I'll teach you. Okay. I'll teach you how it's done because next part is all about universities. Okay. Right. Where can we do these courses? Yeah, these courses are available in different institutions. You can Google it and see. You can Google it and see where you can go and do these courses. Okay. Right. And then human resource guys, you can do HRM, you can do CIPM, you can do PM, public management, you can do CRM, customer relationship management. Okay. You can do psychology. Even psychology comes under what? Human resource comes under human resource. Okay. And then IT. I don't want to talk about IT. Yeah, tell me some courses you can do on IT. Huh? Software engineering, cybersecurity, networking, graphic designing. Wow. Okay, I'm glad. Right, superb. So you can do software engineering, you can do computer science, you can do cybersecurity. You can also do BIT, Business Information Technology. You can do MIT, Management Information Technology. You can do BIS, Business Information System. You can do MIS, Management Information System. You can do AI, Artificial Intelligence. I can list thousands of courses on IT, if you like. And when it comes to operation, I'm not going to talk about that because it is not so popular in Sri Lanka. But I would say the best among operation would be logistics, supply chain management. These are courses you can do. Okay. Right. So likewise, I can list down a number of courses, but then again, there's no point of listing those courses down because without you not even knowing what human resource all about, without you not even knowing what is marketing all about, useless finding out the courses out there. Which course is good for us, Kela? Right, I'll come down to that. Which field is good for you? Right, I'll tell you. Now, what is finance? That's what I'm coming. Now I'm going to explain you each and every field and see whether it sounds interesting to you. What is finance? What does a finance manager do? Like, what do you, if you go in the field of finance, if you get into the department of finance, what are the things you are going to do? What do you think? Yes. What are the things you are going to do, guys? I'll say experience. And then what? Personality. Right. Yes. Listen. If you go in the field of finance, simply, this department finance, it's more like heart. It's more like the organ, heart. You know heart, right? What does the heart do? Pump the blood. Pump the blood throughout the body. Throughout the body, it will pump the blood. Why blood is being pumped? Why does my hand need blood? Why does my leg need blood? To function, of course. In order to function, my body, every organ of my body needs blood. Am I making sense to you? Likewise, if you take a company, how many organs are there? Organ finance, organ marketing, organ human resource, organ IT, organ operation. Okay. For these departments to function, what do they need? They need money. And who controls the money? Department of Finance. Understood my point? Who controls money? Department of Finance controls money. And trust me, it's an evergreen field. It's an evergreen field. Nothing could beat the field of finance. No matter like what arguments people try to place, eventually, which is more important? Money is more important. And money is going to get controlled by whom? The Department of Finance. They control the money. They control the money flow. They would decide from where they take money, from where they invest money. I'll just ask you now, Google is going to build Google car. Apple is going to come up with Apple car. What do they need for that? They need money. Who's going to like source that money? The Department of Finance. Who's going to invest that money? The Department of Finance. So each and every department is depending on this department. Am I making sense to you? Marketing, if they need to do advertisement, they need money. They got to depend on finance. Human resource, if they want to train their employees, they need money. They need to ask money from finance. IT, if they want to do a system implementation or system renovation, right? They need money. They need to depend on finance. Each and every department is depending on what? Finance. And to be brutally honest with you, finance is the field that creates most of the job opportunities in whichever the country you take. Most of the job opportunities are created for whom? Finance professionals. If I'm lying, you go to topjobs.lk. Go to topjobs.lk and try to find out how many number of jobs are being listed next to each and every field. I can, without any doubts, I can state this. Finance would produce somewhere around 600 to 800 jobs. 600 to 800 jobs being listed every day in finance just in Sri Lanka itself. IT would produce somewhere about 300 to 400. Now, don't think IT department is bigger than finance. IT is small. You don't necessarily need to have a lot of people to do what? IT. You need more computers. You need few people to use it. Here, you need few computers and more, more people. So more opportunities are there in the field of finance over every other department, not only IT, but in every other department. Am I making sense to you? Do I make sense to you? So this is one hell of a department you can sort of embark upon. And I'll tell you what are the things you need to have within you if you want to be a finance professional. Got it? Right. Secondly, marketing. What is marketing? What is exactly marketing? So beautiful field as well. It's like they manage the money. What does the marketing people do? Beautiful, brother. Popularing something, promote something, like just to get you an idea. Now, right, okay, this is the best example I can give you. Okay, tell me, why did I buy this phone? Why did I buy this phone? Obviously, right. Now I would say like this got the best camera. This got the best camera. That's why I bought it. But you know, Google Pixel, Samsung, they also offer cameras which is similar to Apple. If I say this got the best battery life, even Xiaomi and also Samsung offers good battery health. If I say this got the best performance, again I'm lying and bluffing because Asus ROG and all, like it has better performance. Isn't that true? If I say this got the best display, no, Samsung got the best display. Then why the heck am I paying a premium amount to buy this just for this logo, just for the brand? Isn't that true? Right? To comply with the self-esteem. You know, people would sell their own kidneys to buy this device. In India, approximately around 132,000 individuals sold one of their kidney to afford an iPhone. TikTokers mainly. Honestly, 132,000 individuals sold one of their kidney for what? To afford iPhones. Do you know why? That's the amount of obsession they have given to this what? Brand. Apple is just an ordinary word, isn't that true? And if I say, bro, there's an apple kiela, would you think of the apple fruit or would you think of an Apple device? You would think of an Apple device, isn't that true? Yeah, A for alphabet, tama. A for apple, tama in alphabet. But no more fruit. What is it? A for Apple iPhone. A for Apple iPad. Isn't that true? Right? So they have brought that value, brand value to that level, right? That's marketing for you. What is that? It's marketing for you. Popularizing a brand, advertising, doing market research. Stuffs like that is involved in what? Marketing. Sort of involved in marketing. Am I making sense to you? So if you're like really good, if you would love to sell, if you're loving the selling part, these people love money. These people love selling, right? If you're willing to sell, right, you're type of a person who would love to, do selling, bargaining, advertising, promoting, right? Understanding the customer taste, providing a product that would suit the customer taste, right? If you are like so keen on those type of things, marketing is the place for you. Marketing is basically the place for you. Got my point? Got it. So I'm just asking, like, think about it now. Tell me a watch that you know personally. Tell me a watch that you know, an expensive watch. Rolex. Rolex is moderately expensive, like one of the expensivest. G-Shock is not expensive at all. Right. Now, I'll just say, just take Audemars Piguet. Just take Audemars Piguet. If not, just take Jacob & Co. Just take Richard Mille. Right? If not, take Frank Miller. These are filthy expensive watches. Just to let you know. An Audemars Piguet. I love collecting watches so that I personally know about it. An Audemars Piguet. The starting price of an Audemars Piguet. The starting price of an Audemars Piguet is somewhere around $625,000. $625,000 starting price of an Audemars Piguet. A Rolls Royce would only cost you 300,000. So you can buy 2 Rolls Royce for the price of a freaking watch. Can you believe it? And I'll tell you one more thing. You know the billionaire's treasure? You know the Jacob & Co. millionaire's treasure? Have you heard of it? There is a watch. Okay, forget about Jacob & Co. There's a watch called Patek Philippe. No idea. Patek Philippe created a watch, 2-sided watch. The watch is $2 million. How much is it? $2 million. A Rolls Royce would cost you how much? $300,000. Do you know that? You can buy 6 Rolls Royce instead of buying that watch. Why do people pay so much of money to afford that watch? For the brand, for the branding, for the popularity. It's done by whom? Marketing. Got my point? Now, okay, we've got a number of Sri Lankan brands, right? Sri Lankan clothing brands. Tell me, what is the most popular clothing brand that everyone is talking about now? Carnage. But Carnage is just a regular brand. You go there, they produce regular t-shirts. But a value is created to Carnage through whom? Through marketing. Got it? So if that sounds interesting, maybe consider about marketing. If money is something that sort of impresses you, consider joining what? Finance. And then now I'm coming down to human resource. What is a human resource? What does a human resource manager do? Like, this is something like mostly girls are keen on, going to. This field is like something for girls, dedicated for girls. That doesn't mean boys shouldn't go. Okay, but girls really prefer going in the field of what? Human resource. Online kids, I'm here. You can ask me anything. And by the way, Shuhaima, I got you. I'll come down to your question later. Yeah. What does a HR manager do? Human resource manager. Now, my sister is a HR manager. Okay, she did HR in Kalani University, and he's a HR manager now. Her name is Shamra. Okay, yeah, my sister is one of my sisters is a doctor. The other one is a HR manager. Who's an HR manager? What does an HR manager do? Hey, you don't know these things, but you learn commerce in your levels. How come? Huh? You did civics. Okay. Right. Listen, I'll ask you a question. If you apply to a company, let's say there is a vacancy. Let's say the vacancy is there in John Kills Holdings. You know John Kills Holdings? You don't know what is John Kills Holdings? Okay. You know commercial bank? Okay. Perfect. Okay. So let's say you apply for a job in commercial bank. You apply for a job in commercial bank. Okay. You will send your CV. What is it? Bio? You call it bio. It's not biodata. You call it CV. Okay. Curriculum vitae. No, curriculum vitae. Okay. You send your CV. Once you send your CV, do you think it's just you who's sending the CV, or there are thousands of people sending along with you? Thousands of people applying to the job, right? So once they get all those CVs, they will look at those CVs and they will pick the best CVs out. They will pick the best CVs out. Let's say out of 1,000, they filter it down to 10. Out of 1,000, they take 10 CVs, which is like best out of those 1,000. And then they would call each and every candidate in that CV. Hello, okay. අපි ඔයාව shortlist කරලා තියෙනවා, right? මේ ඔයාට මේ සතියේ මේ දවසේ ඔයාට මේ interview එකක් attend කරන්න පුළුවන්ද? Can you come to an interview? Right? We would like to recruit you කියලා. So we would call those 10 people and you would get ready and you would go to the interview, right? With your CV and qualification ඔක්කොම දාලා ගිහිල්ලා you sit in front of the manager. And what would the manager do? The manager would ask you questions. Okay, what's your name? Nifran. What do you do? Teacher. Why did you apply to this job? No money. Okay, right? So you keep, they would ask you, what are the things you are good at? What are the things you are bad at? Okay, where would you like to see yourself and blah, 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 right? So they would interview those 10 people and they would ask for another interview to come, again another interview to come. So within the 3 interviews, they would select the best candidate. Once the candidate is chosen, right, they will then start training the candidate. They will start training the candidate. Okay, you have to use the computer. This is how you tally the cash. This is how you do the reconciliation. They will train. Am I correct? They will train. They will train you. And they will decide on your salary. They will decide to make you permanent or not. Sometimes they will make you permanent. Sometimes they would send you off. No, you are not good. Go back home. If you keep going and, texting to your girlfriend or boyfriend while working, go home, Tama. Got my point, right? They would look for your personality. I told you. The personality is more important. Okay, right. So by looking at all those things, they will decide to permanent you, and they will give you promotions. They will give you salary increment, right? They would appraise your performance. They would give you bonus. And before you leave, they will keep an exit interview, resignation letter. Everything is done by whom? Whom do you think doing all these things? Which manager? Finance the? Marketing the? Who? Human resource. Human resource is the one who interviews you. Human resource is the one who selects you. Human resource is the one who trains you. Human resource is the one who, decide your salary. Human resource is the one who's deciding to make you permanent or not. Human resource is the one who makes you permanent. Human resource is the one who sack you in the middle. Human resource is the one who decide your promotion, demotion, resignation, performance appraisal, you name it, everything related to human. Who would do it? Human resource manager would do it. A stress-free job. That's why girls choose this. Because girls, of course, they need to juggle, right? They need to juggle between their family. They also should juggle between their career. It's not easy being a girl. You have to juggle between 2 things. Being a mother, they have to look after the kids, they have responsibility over kids, right? And they have responsibility over their career as well. So it's not easy to juggle. So most of the girls prefer choosing human resource because it's less incentive, like less intensive, like not so pressurizing. Marketing, of course, finance is quite pressurizing. I've got to be honest with you. Super pressurizing. Got my point? Do I make sense to you? So that's human resource for you. If you are like quite keen on getting along with people, selecting them, interviewing them, part of field. You can go in the field of HR. Okay. Then IT. Yeah. Interview பண்ணுவாங்க. Yeah. Now if you are applying for finance, human resource is going to interview you. If you apply to marketing, human resource is going to interview you. They are only interviewing. No, they will get the assistance from finance. So when this person is interviewing, a finance person would also sit next to him, helping him to choose the right person. Understood? Got it? Yeah. What is IT? Information technology. What do you control? These people control money, right? These people control money. What do these people control? They control the information. What do they control? They control the information, like anything related to information, collecting the information, storing the information, distributing the information. This is all done by whom? The IT people. If you are more of a very technical person, like very technical, like would love to sit in front of a computer and to like work with numbers, right? And if you're kind of an introvert, like not having enough charismatic skills and people skills, then yeah, go in the field of IT. That's good for you because you can just, just get settled in there in front of a computer and get things done for you. But to become a marketeer, you can't be an introvert. You have to have communication skills because you got to meet people, you got to meet customers, you got to host meetings and stuff like that. So IT highly technical. This is partly technical. This is not technical, full practical. Understood? This is highly technical, 100% technical. You work with numbers, codings. It won't make any sense to you. You would keep, crunching numbers and stuff. Again, there are people who love that. I'm not saying IT is bad. No, there are people who would love to do it. That's for them. I respect that because God has created us uniquely. There are people who would prefer numbers or codings and stuffs and language and all. I hate it. Trust me, personally, I hate that. Like I can't even, you know, think of living a life like that, like in front of the computer, nothing out, nothing practical, not meeting if people, not networking, because I'm kind of an outgoing person, just to do things practical, to host a challenge and think strategically and stuffs like that. I'm a person like that. Maybe another person like me might prefer, staying in front of the computer, crunching numbers, technical, full, codings and stuffs and language and stuff. He can go in the field of IT. Am I making sense to you? So it's very subjective. Just because I choose finance doesn't mean you should choose finance too. You can choose IT if you're really an IT person. You know what you're learning in IT, right? How many of you have done IT in your O levels? You know what you're learning in IT, right? The number system, you know, number system, database management and stuffs like that. Like that's your life. Again, it's up to you. Sometime you might love it. And I would highly respect that if you love that. But you are like, no, like that's something I did for the sake of doing, but I'm not a person as such. I would like to meet new people, travel around the world, make business dealings, bargain, meet new suppliers, bring new challenges, go strategically. Then this is not the place you should end up. You should end up in marketing or finance. Trust me. Got my point. And then production, guys, I didn't talk much. Production, I didn't talk much because there's nothing much to talk about in production. Anything to ask? Go ahead. Very good. Very good question. I'll come down to that. Business studies, is it relevant to any of this part? Only accounting. I'll come down to that. It's a good question. Yes. Business and economics. So you are choosing accounting and okay. Accounting, IT, business or economics. I'll explain that to you maybe towards the end of the session. Okay. Yeah, online kids, have you got anything to ask? Are you good with these 5 departments? I just gave you a brief explanation, didn't go like deep into it, just sort of explained you each and every, what we can do and stuffs like that. Yeah. Anything to ask, you can ask me. I'm glad to clarify that to you. Operational is something like you're producing the goods. For example, if you're Carnage, you're making t-shirts, right? Who's going to make the t-shirts? These people. Who's going to decide the design, trend, and information? These people. Who's going to recruit the teaching people? These people. Who's going to promote the Carnage product? These people. Who's going to give the money? These people. Understood my point? Manufacturing. Simply manufacturing. The bottom line. Yeah. Yeah. If not, you don't need to. Hmm? Courses. Hmm. Yeah. No need to. If you have no plan to go in the field of accountancy, then of course you can choose any other subjects to sort of study. You have no plan to go in the field of accountancy, is that so? Yeah. I'll come down to that. ICT or economics, I'll explain that later. Okay, again, I'm going to give you a very objective opinion, not going to be taking side like IT current, econ current, IT current, no. Yeah. Can't we choose? I don't know, but I never seen anyone who's not choosing business for A-levels. Everyone chose it. Hmm? No, no. That's a wrong opinion he made. That's a wrong opinion he made. Yeah. Huh? No, that's the wrong opinion. You got to go accounting, IT, and business. Go to accounting, IT, and business. I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. Yeah. Yes, your question is so IT, right? Yeah. Before I get into that, any problem? Online kids, I think you guys are fine. Let me know if there is any concerns you got. Okay. Uh, yes. Now, talking about experience, guys. Now, let's say I'm just taking one of you as an example. Dil, Dinali. Let's say Dinali is after completing her A levels, she's planning to go in the field of finance. Okay, and let's say she's choosing ACCA to do as a professional qualification. Okay, if she chooses ACCA to do as a professional qualification, at the same time she has to obtain experience in a company, right? So let's say she get into a company like, I'm just saying, John Keells Holdings, one of the most prominent company in Sri Lanka. She's going to get started as a trainee. Am I correct? She's going to get started as a trainee. They are not going to directly make you a CEO, right? And then from trainee, she will get promoted as an assistant accountant. Maybe. And from assistant accountant, she will become an account executive. And from account executive, she can then become a, just saying, senior accountant. And being senior accountant, she can become an associate finance director, and then she can become the finance director, and then she can become the head of finance. She can become the head of finance. So where she gets started with? She gets started as a trainee, and then she promotes. She gets promoted as an assistant accountant. After some time, she gets promoted as an account executive, gets promoted as a senior accountant, gets promoted as an assistant finance director. Then she gets promoted as a finance director, and finally she becomes what? Head of finance. he becomes a head of finance. Okay, she becomes a head of finance. So if she becomes a head of finance, now she is responsible for the finance department. Whatever happens in the finance department, who decides it? Denali decides it. Am I making sense to you? Then from head of finance, she can become a CEO. Understood my part? I told you, you do not have any direct pathway to become the CEO. How many pathways are there? 5 pathways. So if you become a marketeer, you get started as a trainee, then get promoted as a assistant marketeer, then marketing executive, then you become a senior marketer, then you become a brand manager, then you become a brand director, and then you become the head of what? Marketing. From head of marketing, you can become a CEO. Yeah. If you become a CEO, are you only responsible for finance or are you responsible for the whole company? You are responsible for all 5 departments. Pati my idea. That's why you do a master's. That's why you do a master's. What is master's? Master's in business administration. Business administration. Are you focusing on one aspect or you're focusing on everything? So once you become a CEO, most probably you'll do a master's, because if you do master's, you'll get to know about each and every field. Until then, you're only specializing on one tire. Could be finance or marketing or human. Until you become the head of that particular department, you keep specializing on that particular field. And once you get promoted as a CEO, you can learn every other field by doing a master's. Understood my point? So it should go hand on hand. While studying, you should start working as well. While studying, you should start working as well. So by the time you complete your degree, you will be like senior accountant. By the time you complete your professional qualification, you become the finance director. Then you do a master's and maybe trying to apply to become the CEO. Got my point? Right? Yeah. No. Finance is wide. I'm just taking accountancy because everyone knows about accountancy. Finance is huge. What do you mean? Someone has not done accounting? Mm, not in accounting. Makes sense. I'll tell you. Don't think finance is just about accountancy. Okay, accountancy is like peanut in finance. Finance is huge. It's more like an ocean. I'll tell you about those. Okay. Now, if you done human resource also, you'll be starting as a trainee, train vela, become an assistant HR manager. You become what? Head of human resource, but you will not become a CEO. I'll be honest. Normally, HR manager don't get promoted as a CEO. Understood my point? Because how do I say, like, you can't run a company by becoming a head of HR. ඒකයි HR එකට පොඩ්ඩක් demand අඩු. No. There's one more. But chances are very high, less. Like once you become like, if you go in the field of HR, your scope is very narrow, right? Your scope is very narrow. You're only focusing on the human and stuffs. You don't know how money works and stuffs like that, right? So very chances are like highly unlikely. Chances are like very less likely to become a CEO from the head of being the HR department. It's hard time. You can go up to this. There is a ceiling. You call it a ceiling. Ceiling කියන්නේ අර මෙතනින් අර ceiling. There is a ceiling. You can't get into the CEO. Basically, CEO කියනකොට පොඩ්ඩක් you have to be a rigorous personality, right? Finance people are super rigorous. Marketing also super rigorous. HR කියන්නේ they are only working with the people, අර මේ promoting them, interviewing them. මේ වගේ දේවල් නේ කරන්නේ. So ඒ නිසා එච්චර ඒගොල්ලන්ට opportunity එකක් නැහැ. No. Then I've got to talk about IT as well, right? When it comes to IT also, you can get started here and you can push yourself all the way up. And then you can become a CEO. But when it comes to IT, there is industry-wise restriction is there. If you work at an IT company, preferably they will look for an IT head to become the CEO. If you're working for an IT company, preferably they would like to have whom? An IT guy to become the CEO. But if you are working in a highly industrial company, then IT people don't get a chance. It's always what? Finance and marketing. Despite the company you work, these people have higher opportunity to become the CEO than every other field out there. IT people do have it, but then again, there are industry-wise restrictions. For certain industries, they don't want IT people to take over the company. What about Google? What do you think? Obviously IT. Understood my point? So tech companies would prefer taking in an IT person as a CEO, but then again, not necessarily. Sometimes the finance person would be the now. The finance person is basically leading one of the popular phone producing company, but he's a finance manager. You know that guy, what's his name? Lately that I remember, not the ChatGPT competitor, DeepSeek. You know DeepSeek, right? Lately DeepSeek, China introduced the AI bot. The CEO is the finance manager. So even tech companies could have finance person as their CEO. Doesn't necessarily need to be like that, but who has more likelihood? Who has more chances? Marketing and finance, because they have been always like sort of closely working with all these people, right? These people again getting connected to one particular laptop and keep working on that. So the industry exposure is quite low, comparatively low. Online people, are we good here? Right? So understood the pathway? Got it? So guys, in your A levels, this is what you're going to decide. Which pathway am I going to take? Which qualification am I going to take? Which company that I'm going to work? And how am I going to become the CEO? Am I giving you an outline? Worth it? Got it? Right now, personality. Why did I put personality? The last part of this tangent. Why did I put personality in as a criteria to become the CEO? What do you mean by the term personality? Discipline. Good. Good, Dangi. Discipline. Perfect attire. Okay. Right. I'll ask you a question. One day, I was interviewing a group of people like you. So a girl came by. So I was basically next to the HR manager. So I was basically recruiting 2 finance trainees. So I was basically sitting next to HR manager. HR manager is Nonis. Her name is Nonis, Sanduni Nonis Kiala. Okay. So Nonis is basically interviewing. So I was looking at the candidates. So a girl came by. Mehmawa, sir, may I come in? Elawa, sir, good morning, sir. And then she sat down. Okay. So I could see she's so nervous. She's so nervous, Kianne. Her eyeballs are like shaking back and forth. Okay. She's so nervous. And she's keeping the hand. Now, once you sit down, you see you have a table, right? Right? She's keeping the hand down there. Not even keeping the hand on the table. So, Mema, you put your hand on the table, right? If you go to an interview, you put your hand on the table. So just put the hand inside the table. She's now. Okay. So I understood she's nervous. Okay. So now, okay, tell me about yourself, Amanda. Her name is Amanda. Sir, my name is Amanda. I am 25 years old, sir. Sir, I got my A levels done, sir, in this, Good Shepherd Convent, sir. And so, Kiela, somehow, she managed the situation. And I'm like, okay, why did you choose this company? Why did you choose this company? Oh, this company is best, sir. This company is founded back in 1890. She's spitting every damn thing out. She says, I love this company, so it's my dream to work for this company, blah, blah, blah. Okay, she's like sugarcoating the company as if she was going to get married to it. Okay, oh, she's like, bloody hell, she's sugarcoating it. Like, I'm like, okay, fine, 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 Kiala. Then she left. And guess what Noni said? She said, no, she's not the suitable candidate. She's not the suitable candidate. And I was like, why? She's nervous. I didn't like the way she introduced herself. And also, I didn't like the way she sugarcoated the company. This is not nice. She will do it with everyone. No, 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 no. She can't be accepted. Then another guy came. Okay. He came and sat down. Now, this is how he came. Sir, may I come in? Yeah, okay. Thank you very much. He came down and he's like, hello, good morning. He's, he shook the hands and I'm like, wow, I love that. Okay. And he nicely, may I take the seat, please? And he sat down and he kept his shoulder wide. He kept his shoulder wide. You see, like when you keep your shoulder wide, it shows you are confident. When you keep your shoulder wide, it shows you are confident, right? Imagine while I'm talking to you, I look so confident, right? Imagine I'm talking to you like this. While I'm talking to you like this, do I look confident? Not at all, right? I become defensive, right? So when I keep my shoulder wide, it shows that I'm confident. And this is how he kept his hands. You know, he clasped and he kept it on the table. And he's keeping his chin up. He's ready to answer. Okay? Introduce yourself. And this is how he introduced. Let's say it's me. I can't remember his names and stuff. Okay. People usually call me Nif. This is how he gets started. Huh? People usually call me Nif, but I was officially named as Nifra Nawaz back in 1995. Trust me, I'm very passionate of football. What about you? Right? And tell me about your career. Okay, I'm with almost half a decade of experience in teaching accounting and business studies from this university to that university, and blah, 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 blah. He was casually making a talk. He had that charismatic skills. He was making eye contact. Right? He was brave enough to talk. And we also asked the same question from him. Why did you choose this company? Guess what he said? I didn't only apply to this company, I applied to several other companies. He was honest. Whereas that girl was like, no, this is the only company I applied for. This is my dream to work. He was like, I applied to this company. I also applied to several other companies. I would look for here. If you don't select me, I'll go for somewhere else. Look at, he's honest. Right? He's independent. And stuff like that drives a good impression to people, right? How many of you are able to stand in front of a crowd and be able to deliver a speech? Can. You do public speaking. Amazing. Can. If you are able to stand in front of a crowd and deliver a speech, right, with confidence, matters. It reflects, does it reflect your experience, qualification, or personality? It shows you are a confident speaker. And it is highly needed for you to run a company. Isn't that true? Because I'm just saying, once you become a finance manager, do you think you will be able to get away without attending a meeting? No, you should attend a meeting. In front of people, you got to attend meeting. You have to lead the people. So you have to have that personality. The way you dress, the way you speak, the way you make eye contact, the way you walk, the way you keep your shoulder, your body language, right? Your kindness, your anger, it all important. Part and parcel of your game if you want to swim this career. Am I making sense to you? Right? There you go. That's all I have to sort of give from my end. If you got any questions, you can ask me. I'll be coming down to the general questions after this because probably we have some more time to go along with another 15 minutes to go. Yeah. I'll come down to the general questions, but are we okay here? Right. Now, I'm coming down to the general questions. Okay. First question that was asked by Lena. Sir, which field should I choose? This is why I want you to do A-levels. This is why I want you to do A-levels. Right now, you are premature. Do you agree? You guys are premature. You guys are not mature. You guys are still premature. I mean, you guys are at the pace of growing. Right? You are not able to make a decision on your own. Okay? I would highly insist you, what I would highly insist you is to do your A-levels well. do your A levels with. Okay, get to know about finance, marketing, human, IT, production operation perfectly in this 2 years time. Get to know about it perfectly. That will automatically happen because I'm the one who's going to teach you accounting and business studies, right? So in business studies, I will be teaching you each and every about marketing, about finance, about human business. Business ka learn karno ne. So in business studies, I will be teaching you each and every sector. I'll teach you what is production. I'll teach you what is IT. I'll teach you what is human. I'll teach you what is marketing. I'll also teach you what is finance. So you'll get to know about each and every field while learning business studies under me. I'll teach you that. That's my responsibility. So within the 2 years, you should also do a bit of homework to see which industry is best suiting you. But right now, you are not able to decide. Like even if you bend over your backwards and do a research on it, you will not be able to figure out which field is good suiting you. But let's say while doing your A levels, you kind of understand you're like so good in accounting, like your brother. Your brother badly wanted to get into the field of hotel management, but he's so good in accounting. What a mass man! He's mass cutter, classler. His brother, they're about, I don't know, around 80 students in 2026. Okay. He is the one who takes the highest. Huh? Your brother is the one who's taking the highest. He's so good in accounting. Now he has decided to go in the field of what? Finance, because he knows he's built for finance. He knows that's his strength. Although he was so fond of hospitality management, he knows he's more capable and he can achieve more in what? Finance. Am I making sense to you? Got my point? So within this 2 years time, what I would highly recommend you, just sort of research, right? Try to understand each and every field and the pros and cons of it, and then decide which field would best, which field would best suit you. And now I should teach you, now I should tell you why you should do A levels, right? Now I should teach you why you should do A levels. This is the last part. Listen. Let me tell you why you should do A levels. Online kids, listen to me. Now, why are you going to do A levels over a foundation program? Answer me. Why should you do A levels without directly starting off with a foundation program? Because you know, A level is equal to foundation, foundation is equal to A levels. I mang A level karno, man directly foundation karno. Foundation 1 year, A level 2. So let me do A levels kiela. Let me do foundation kiela. You'll get started with the foundation, right? Answer me why someone should choose A level over foundation. More standard, to know the basics. It builds you. Online people can answer to why someone should do A levels over foundation, over a foundation program. It builds you. It gives you the basics. It makes you what? What did you say? Prediction? Can't remember. It uses more education. Okay. More standard. Why do you need to choose your A levels rather than doing foundation? Let me tell you. The number one reason you choose A levels because of this. The number one reason. Huh? Forget about standard, forget about basics, forget about being mature or immature. I don't care about that. What matters, if you do A levels, you can get access to a state uni. You can get access to what? A state uni. Okay? Now, oh bro, why should I go to state uni? Waste of time, 4 years, aparade. Visi atara venakota tamai mang pass out wenne, aparade, blah, blah, blah. Who's telling those things? Who's telling those things? Who says don't go to government university? The one who went or the one who doesn't go? The one who doesn't go only tells. Keep in mind. Ara local university යන්න එපා කියලා කියන කට්ටිය ඉන්නවනේ. They haven't been to local university. Again, you are taking advices from whom? Three-wheel driver to buy a Rolls Royce. Ask from those who have been to university. They will tell you whether to go for it or not. I'll make you the plan. Whether you stick to my plan or not, that's none of my business. But I have a responsibility to make your plan right. This is what I will make. If I was in your shoes, this is the decision I'm going to make. This is the decision I'm going to make. Right. If I do A levels, what I can do? I can get into the state uni. Okay. So right now, how old am I? 17, 16. 16 or 17? You. 16. Right. Right now I'm 16. I'm 16. You are 16. Right now you are 16. You are completing your A levels by 18 plus. 18 plus. Agree? Right. You are entering into a state uni by 19. You are entering into a state uni by 19. And by the age of 24, you are out. Agree? Or by the age of 23, you're out. Right. You're out with a degree. You're out with a degree, right? Okay. I'll ask you a question, okay? Just think a moment and answer me. If I'm to give you 6 million free, would you take it? If I'm to give you 6 million free, if I'm to give you 6 million, here, 6 million, take it, 60 lakh, would you take it? Free. Maybe. Would you take it? If I give you 6 million cash, free, take it, Nangi Kiela, would you take it? You won't take it. Do whatever you want. What do you mean? Now I'll say, like Mema, now I'm saying, let's say I'm having 6 million with me and I would like to give this to someone as a gift. Okay, I'm asking you, would you like to take that 6 million? You do whatever you want that with that 6 million. Are you okay with it, Kiela? I'm offering you 6 million. Would you take it? What about online kids? Would you take if I offer you 6 million? Nada, what do you think? And we have other kids as well. Yeah, Amani, and we have Tevindi. What would you do if I offer you 6 million? Would you take it? Free. You would take it. You would take it. Of course, if you have common sense, you would take it. You are getting 6 million, and why wouldn't you take it? Like, if you are not taking, you must be the most idiotic person, aren't you? You must be taking it, right? Oh, there you go. Oh, I would take it, sir. Okay, yes, all of you would take it because it's given to you free of charge. If someone is giving you 6 million free of charge, you would take it, don't you? Forget about assumptions. Don't assume. Don't overthink. Because overthinking is basically the root cause of all the headaches. I'm giving you 6 million. Would you take it? Yes or no? Yeah. All of you would take it, right? I'll ask you a question. I'll ask you a question. Government is willing to offer you a degree that would worth up to millions, but you don't want to take it. No, I will go to a private university, I will take my parents' money and I will do it. I don't want free degree. What nonsense is this? Like, rationalize it, please. Give me a rational explanation as to why you should waste your parents' money. What nonsense is that? Like, government is willing to offer you a degree free of charge from a reputed university. Money can't play the game there. At a private campus, every company knows who can play the game. Money can play the game. If your father is rich, you can get a degree, Kela. But can you get into a state university just because you are rich? No. Only the smartest in the country is filtered into what? State uni. But if you get into a private campus, even the buffaloes are in it. Isn't that true? As long as you have money, like even if you have got a bloody useless crap results, and if you have a type of a no personality type of a figure, you can still get into a degree program in a private university. You can get access to it. But who goes to local uni? Who goes to state uni? The smartest people in the country. They are filtering the smartest people from each and every district. Do you think companies are not aware of it? Companies really know about it. Don't be an idiot. Companies know when a guy comes from a state uni, this guy has been performing from day one. They need capable people. They don't need young people. Whom do they need? Capable people. Am I making sense to you? I'll come down to it. Don't worry. You'll come down to private universities. I'll let you do private. I know you would love to go to private universities. You go for it. Now I'll ask you a question. Lena, right? Lena gets her A levels done, and let's say she gets 3A plus. She gets 3A plus. Her Z-score is more than 2 point. Her Z-score is more than 2 point. Okay. Now tell me, Lena, which faculty you can apply to? Which degree program you can apply to? If you get a good result in commerce, you should know these things, man. If you do bio, you can apply to a doctor, dentist, doctor වෙන්න පුළුවන්, dentist වෙන්න පුළුවන්, veterinary doctor වෙන්න පුළුවන්. You can, start injecting the pets and stuff. You can, you can, you can do those things, right? If you can do maths, you can become an engineer, electrical engineer, computer science යන්න පුළුවන්. If you do commerce, what's the best you can apply to? Better. Buy of this. What do you think? These are the things that should be taught in career guidance. Trust me. You should know the destination. Destination matters, the process doesn't matter. What do you think? What do you think? Right? Let me tell you. If you get a good results in your A levels with a 3A or something, okay, you can apply to become a business lawyer. You can become a lawyer, man. Whom you can become? You can become not that lawyer, Your Honor, this person is bad. No, not the criminal lawyer. I'm not talking about the criminal lawyer. Which lawyer are we talking about? Business lawyers. Are they dealing with killing case, rape cases? No. They are dealing with litigational issues of companies. Imagine the power you can have. Business law. And for your information, forget about business law. Business law is big. It's like an advanced law. It's like advanced law, right? If you have to just do law, in a reputed university at a private campus, you have to spend not anything less than 5 million. You need to spend not anything less than 5 million. Let that get fed into your head. Feed it to your head. You cannot spend anything less than 5 million if you are to get this degree from a private uni. So how much are you saving up to your parents? How much are you saving up to your parents? How much are you saving up? You are literally saving up more than 5 million, man, to your parents. And wait. Don't. So now Lena is getting to the Colombo University. And which faculty she's going to get into? She's going to get into the business law faculty. And by the age of 24, she is a business lawyer. She is having LLB. She is a business lawyer. And you know the power lawyer has, right? You know the power lawyer has. Wait. Do you know who's providing all the accommodations and stuff? Colombo University. Where is she? She is in the Colombo University. The degree is given for her free of charge, right? Do you think she will only do business law? No. Now, business law is given to her what? Absolutely free, right? Now she will ask from her mom, look, while I'm doing business law, I'm going to get started with ACCA. I want to be multi-qualified. I want to be what? Multi-qualified. While being in the university, do you think universities are like school? No. You will have lectures in the morning. In the evening, you will be chilling. You'll have 2 hours lectures in a day. The rest of the day, you are chilling. That's how universities are supposed to be. Having fun and stuff. Not like schools going there. Good morning, teacher. No, not that. It's like you have complete autonomy to do whatever you want. So she will also start off ACCA at the age of what? 19. So by the age of 24, she will also have a professional qualification. Done? Parents are happy too. She's saving up some money and asking part of it, and she's doing chartered accountant. So she's a chartered accountant at the age of what? 24. Wait. SCCA is UK. Yeah, why not? You can do it in Sri Lanka. While doing the degree, do you know that? From the age of 22, she should start her what? What program? Internship program. She should start working for companies. She should start working for companies. So by 24, she will have how many years of experience? 2 years of experience. Hmm? Okay. And if you do ACCA, you are also getting a free degree. What are you getting? You are getting a free degree. You will be getting BSc in applied accounting. How many qualifications do you have at the age of 24? 3. You have LLB, you are a lawyer, you have ACCA, you are a chartered accountant, you also have BSc in applied accounting, and on top of that, how many years of experience do you have? 2 years of experience. I'll ask you a question now. Yeah, ACCA is a professional qualification, BSc in applied accounting is a free degree you're getting. It's a degree. So this is an academic qualification. This is what? A professional qualification. This is like beyond everything. If you become a business lawyer, okay? Right. So I'll ask you a question now. At the age of 24, she's multi-qualified. Okay? Now she's coming to you. Let's say you are the boss of a company. You are the boss of a company and you need an accountant. Just saying, yeah, you need an accountant. Lena is coming with all those qualifications. On the other side, Nifran is coming. Nifran is not a university student. He didn't get 3A. He only got 2 CS. Nifran got what? 2 CS. A typical guy. Right? Did he get into the Colombo University? No. And he only started with ACCA. Okay. And let's say Nifran is 23, Lena is 24. Now, මෙහෙමනේ ඕගොල්ලන් හිතාගෙන ඉන්නේ. You guys think I want to be qualified in my young age. Then I can go far කියලානේ හිතාගෙන ඉන්නේ. එහෙම දෙයක් නැහැ. What nonsense are you talking about? Like, I can't even make sense out of it. Now, Nifran, just with ACCA, listen, Nifran with ACCA, let's say with 2 years of experience, applying to your company. Lena with LLB, with 3A, with ACCA, with 2 years of reputed experience, with applied accounting, applying to the company. Whom do you think should get selected? Whom do you think the company would select? Lena or Nifran? Definitely Lena, right? Why? She's more capable. Company knows it. Oh, bro, Nifran is young. Bloody hell, he's young. They're not gonna give a bloody job to Nifran just because he's young. So why are you hastening up? Why are you hastening up? Why are you trying to be fast? Don't try to be fast. Trying to be what? Perfect. Don't try to be fast. Try to be what? Perfect. So this is the number one privilege you get by doing your A-levels. And the companies know Lena is 1 in a million. Companies know that Lena is 1 in a million because she is coming from Colombo University with an LLB. Right? She cannot be that ordinary, typical 3C student. She has to be an outperforming student from day one. They know that. Now, the majority of the people, what do? They do private they do private campuses. The majority of the people, because they don't get to go to university. No, what do they tell? Local university. Why someone should go to local university? Waste of time. As if he has been to university. As if he has been to local university. Am I making sense to you? This is a filtered crowd. And these people have more demand in the job market. Don't get diluted or don't get diverted or don't get bamboozled by private universities. They would somehow try to scrape money out of it. They don't care whether you get a job or not. What I'm telling to you, be perfect. And I'm saying, what if you can go for a business law degree in Colombo University? This has to be your target. Business law will probably be in the board of directors field. He will be among the board of what? Directors. They don't work for someone. Now, all these people work for whom? To the company, right? All these people work for the company. The company works for the lawyer. Do you know why? If something was to happen, if something was to happen, whom are they going to go and seek help from? They're going to seek help from the lawyer. Lawyer is getting money from what? Power. Lawyers are making money through what? Power. Am I making sense to you? You have to have a good resource man. If not, you can go for other faculties. Right now, that's what I'm going to list down to. The top faculty would be business law. For your information, last year, one of my student went to what? Business law. I can even contact you if you want her to talk to you. A girl called Kulshan, my student, she went to what? Business. So she got 3A and her Z-score is somewhere around 2.36. She became district rank 7th. And I'm telling you, I could still remember I did the same orientation program to her. I did the same orientation program to her. Ever since that, she was determined that she was going to be a what? Lawyer. She worked really hard throughout the 2 years, and today she's in the law faculty of what? Colombo. She would talk to me every day. She would even call me Nana. She won't even call me Sir. Like we are like very close to each other, and she is in business law today. And after all, her father is a teacher, and she's making everyone proud now. Right? So the highest tier would be business law. This is the best faculty you can go to. If not, you can apply to business science. This is kind of a IT mixed business. What is it? IT mixed business. Last year, one of my students called Zaka went to where? Zaka went to business science faculty, Moratua. Okay, he got 1.9. His score is around 1.9. He got to Morato University Business Science. If you go to business science, you can do business analyst. This is IT and business mixed. IT and business mixed. If not, you can do FPM, financial process management. This is finance and business mixed. Finance and what? Business mixed. And then you can also go for BPM. Again, business and finance mixed. Okay. And down there, you can also apply for financial engineering. So, Lena, you were asking about any other field other than finance? Law is finance. BPM is finance other than accounting. FPM is finance other than accounting. Business analyst is finance other than accounting. Financial engineering is also finance other than accounting, right? And then you can also apply for management. Likewise, there are thousands of courses you can apply in the local uni as well. So I'm not telling you not to follow any private courses. Do it too. I'm not telling you not to follow any private courses. Please follow private courses. Do chartered, get into a private university, completely all right. At the same time, get that free privilege. Get that free privilege. Don't get rid of that. Get that free privilege that the government is offering you. And that free privilege has more weight than all these courses combined. So I'm saying this is my recommendation for you. Academic qualification, are you going to pay or going to get free? Going to get free by getting to a government uni, do a professional qualification on the other side. Pattamastan. Got it. Yeah. 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 I'll talk about that maybe tomorrow. In the class, I'll talk about that, how AAT works, because it is time wouldn't be enough. Yeah. Guys, anything to ask? So understood why you should do A level. So my question is this. Are you going to just get a typical 3C results and then get into a maybe on the private campus and maybe get a degree like everyone does with money and then go and apply for jobs? Or are you going to be that exceptional case like them, like Kulshan Zaka? What are you be? What are you going to be? That matters to me. That like you got to think and decide. From 1.4 onwards, you can go. But these all top. 2 point top. 2 point. More than 2 point. But it's possible, it's doable. That's what I'm saying. I have produced more than 2 point. And for your information, that's a girl from Mavanal, okay? Her score is higher than the Candy people. For information. Because back in days, in 2023, I wasn't teaching in Candy. I was only teaching in what? Mavanalla. I just started teaching for Kandy people in 2026. A girl from Mavanalla scored more than what? Kandy people. 2.36 is big thingy. I mean, among the Muslim crowd, I would say. I would be the exceptional case. Superb, Devindri. Right? I wish you can. I pray you can. You can do it. And by the way, are you attending classes may online the planning to come physical as well? You can be an exceptional case, Devindri, no doubt in it, right? I pray that you should have the same motivation throughout your A levels and do well. Yeah. Why not? Of course you can. Without being a trainee? Yeah. You have to train in a court. මේ පොඩ්ඩක් අර internship එකක් කොහොමද යන්න වෙනවා. You can quickly get settled in there. You can quickly get settled in there. So like I'll tell you of one. Okay, there's one thing I would like to finish off the class with, and the IT and economics I'm coming down to. There is a girl called Aransana. Okay, she's a war victim, and like to be brutally honest with you, she was raped by few army men in an incident. She was raped. Imagine a girl being raped. Uh, no pain can justify that. Okay, and then she came down to Colombo, and she was basically working as a maid. She was working as a maid at a Catholic family, and the Catholic people felt power on her, and they educated her. Okay, got her O levels done, 9A, A levels done, 3A, Columbia University, business law, right? Along with business law, she completed chartered. So she's a chartered qualified lawyer. She's a chartered qualified lawyer. Just to let you know, okay, she came for a litigational case of SAGT. SAGT කියලා company එකක් තියෙනවා. අර company එකේ පොඩි issue එකක් ගියා. Okay, litigation issue. She came down from US. She came down from US. Okay. She completed the case within 2.5 months. 2.5 months wala case එක make කරලා දුන්නා. Sorted out. Okay. Guess what was her lawyer charge? 6.5 crores. What was the lawyer charge? 6.5 crores to finish off the case within how many months? 2.5 months. And by the way, this was like in 2016, not in 2015. Now, how much should we be charging? Okay. And lately, I saw a post of her and I was really happy to her because she was working along with me hand on hand. She's such a good person. Aransana Kela. She's an orphan, right? And she was brought up by a Catholic family, right? She bought a Land Cruiser Prado. That's about 12 crores. A Land Cruiser Prado to her stepfather, the one who look after her. A Land Cruiser Prado, 12 crores. He's a middle class person, right? With education, you can do better. With power, you can do far better. What I'm saying, get power. To get the power, get into one of these universities. At the same time, do a private degree. I'm not saying don't do private degree. People would try to manipulate you. Trust me, people would try to manipulate you big time. Shall I be honest with you? If I send you to Betanathina University, if I send you there, they give me 70,000. There is another university. If I send you there, they give me 50,000. There is another university. If I send you there, they give me 125,000. There is another university. If I send you there, they give me somewhere about 35,000. You know what? It's all what? Business. Nifran somehow brainwash your kids, send it to our universities, we will give you commission. This is how it goes. So if someone was to come and sugarcoat a university, oh, they are patta course ekak tiyena meka karana me degree karanda ko, you will definitely get settled in there කියලා. No, that person is trying to manipulate you for what? For commission. What else for commission? Even if you come to my class or you don't come to my class, it's completely all right. But if you are about to do a course, just give me a call, sir. I was there into your introductory session. I'm not coming to your classes, but sir, what do you think of this course? Should I do it or not? If I'm manipulating, what should I try to do? I should try to divert you into a private university because I'm getting a lump sum amount, 120 වගේ ආවනම් ගොඳයිනේ. You can't even pay that through your class fees for these 2 years. Am I making sense to you? But I'm teaching for foundational modules at ANC, and I'm also teaching for A levels. Trust me, A level is nowhere near foundational modules. Super standard, patta tough. It's a competitive exam. That's why they are offering these degrees for that. Not a typical foundation program that you are talking about. Am I making sense to you? Anything to ask? Yeah. I think on online. Okay, no online doubts. Other, I will tell you tomorrow. I'm sorry, and time is of the essence. Yeah, guys, one more thing. With that, I'll finish. Econo IT. Okay, Econo IT. I'm giving you a very neutralized opinion because I'm not teaching Econ, neither am I teaching IT. So I'm not going to take any side. Okay, when it comes to Econ and IT, there are few things you need to take into consideration before you select one. Okay, okay. Let me tell you why you should select IT and why you should select Econ. First of all, IT is a highly technical subject. So if you are technically a good person, select this. Technically, numbers. You know what I mean? Full numbers. So if you are technically good at this, choose what? IT. Understood my point? Right? Right. Then, if you are practical and technical, choose Econ. Now let me tell you the things that are being taught in IT. For example, you know number systems, right? You know Python. You know number systems, database management and all. Is it something related to your life or something completely technical? Completely technical. You know what you're learning here in IT. But in Econ, this is what you learn. For example, if government prints more money, if government prints more money, what will happen to the prices? Would the prices go down or would the prices go up? If government takes more loans, if government takes more loans from foreign countries, what would happen to the exchange rate? Would the exchange rate go up or would the exchange rate come down? If prices go up, how the customers would react? If prices come down, customers would react. If there is a scarcity in raw material, what would happen to the suppliers? What would happen to the market? How the black market prices are arising? How a country is going through economic crisis? You will learn everything about country. So it's all practical at the same time. Quite technical aspects are given there as well. Understood my point? Good here, right? Okay. When it comes to the subject matter, Econ is comparatively easy, but IT is comparatively challenging. Not like your O levels IT. Econ is comparatively easy, IT is comparatively challenging. When it comes to the Z score, we should have high Z score. What do you think? IT will have high Z score than what? Econ. Why though? Why? You can say, tell me the answer, because it's challenging, very hard to score. If you score, what will happen to the score? So the score will skyrocket. But Econ, it's comparatively easy, right? So the score effect is not so high compared to IT. Am I making sense to you? Am I making sense to you? So just to give you an idea, there was a girl called Kulshan. She got 2.3. There was another guy called Zaka. He got 1.9. Both of them got 3A. But this guy got Econ. This guy got what? This girl got IT. So both of them, even though they have gotten 3A, can you see a Z-score difference? This is 1.9, this is 2.3. Although both of them are 3A, she is getting an advantage. Why? Because she is getting IT. IT will get you more Z-score. Understood my point? That's a very typical thing. But people are saying this is getting marginalized. Now many people are saying this is getting marginalized because now every student is choosing IT. When everyone chooses IT, what's happening automatically? This gets marginalized and people are saying the ZESCO effect is no longer there. From 2024, 2025, when I got a ZESCO effect no longer there. Even if you take IT or Econ, it will have similar mean effect. Many people are saying. I have no idea. This is something many people are saying to me. Am I making sense to you? But back in days, it used to be like that. Got it? Right. And the next thing, syllabus. IT syllabus is quite bulky. This is not so bulky. IT syllabus is not so bulky. And when it comes to IT, I would say be very careful with the teachers that you choose. Resources are very important. And for Econ also, the resources are more important. I'm not going to recommend you of any teacher for IT or econ, it's going to be very subjective if I do so, because I can't be talking about another teacher or anything as such, but look for the right resource and go. Because to be brutally honest with you, numbers are like, there is a teacher that I know in Kandy, he or she has a lot of number of students, but he or she couldn't even get one single A. Yeah? One single A. එකක්වත් තිබෙන්නේ නැහැ. ඒ එකක්වත් නැහැ in his class. So now you might see some sirs, without putting the A, they would put the district ranks and stuffs. Instead of putting the A, they would put the district ranks and stuffs, because they do it because they don't have A's, enough A's to display. Right? So enough A's are very important. So choose your resources perfectly. I'm not saying choose this person, choose that person. I have no idea. But there is a sir coming to Faraday called Indunil. Okay, he is like very popular among people for producing good results. He's like very subject oriented. He would teach the subject, go, that's it. Maybe you can give it a try, because his first class is always free, because his class is taking place before my class. Anyone been to his class? Are you been to him? So someone does in here, Indunil, and there is a econ conducted by Azam. I'm not saying you must go there, Kiela. Give it a try and choose whoever the lecturer you are comfortable with. Sometimes I might not be a good lecturer to you, and the accounting teacher might be someone whom you feel very comfortable with. Go to that person. But if you feel my classrooms to be better, come to me. Am I making sense to you? So IT or econ, and the final thing, you need to decide this based on what? Based on your interest. Just because everyone chooses econ, don't choose it if you're not interested. Just because everyone chooses IT, don't choose IT if you're not interested. Right? You should choose IT if you're only interested, if you really love the subject, if you're fond of it, if you fall in love with the technical aspects of it, choose IT. But if you feel like, oh, this is Jara Kuppadi subject, but the thing is I'm choosing it just because everyone chooses it, don't choose it. Same goes for econ as well. Right? You hate this subject, but your friend chooses, so you choose it. No. Because if you are interested, even the most challenging part would become something to fall in love with. Am I making sense to you? So if you're really fond of IT, go for it. Just go Mukut Balandepa, you'll do well. But if you are like really not having so much of fun towards it, then go for econ. Are we good here? Right, so that's all about it from my end. That's a discussion that I wanted to have from my end. Like, what about the session? Worth it? Understood? Many things. Happy? Perfect. Prediction? Got it. So I must say, this has to be your plan. Go for a good results. That's all I want to do. Right. So guys, I'm teaching accounting and business studies both. Tomorrow we will be having our business studies class. If you are joining, join me at 10:30. We'll be having the class from 10:30 to 12:30. Business studies, of course, will be getting to the subject. Now the introduction is over. We can get started with the subject matters itself. Okay. Many people, this is what they choose. They choose IT, accounting, business. That's a deadly combination. Accounting, don't worry, I'll make it easy for you. Don't worry about that. I'll make accounting and business studies easy for you. IT, choose a good person and go to. Doable. I think that's a deadly combination. IT, business and what? IT, business and accounting. That's a good pathway. Because that way you are able to like see, if you are like so good in accounting, you can choose the field of finance and go ahead with it. Maybe business analyst or business law one day. Inshallah, okay. Right, okay, brother. Sorry, I took a bit of more time today, but anyway, I hope the session was worth it. Okay. See you then. Okay.